Hi, today we're gonna do a quick video on revision.
Dr. Charles, where you at? Man, I need a doctor.
So to start off with, if you really want to learn how to revise, you have to have a good set of notes. There is no point having a good revision method if your notes are rubbish. That is completely pointless. This method that I'm going to tell you about, it works for me, but it might not necessarily work for you. What I firstly do when I'm in class or I'm in a lecture is I take notes of what the lecturer is saying. Try to avoid taking notes of what's written on the PowerPoint if you're going to get the PowerPoint after the lecture or after the class. That's a waste of your time. A better method of doing things is taking notes of what the lecturer is saying, the way how they're explaining different terms, terminologies that you might not understand, or theories. That way, when you get after the lecture, you can take the PowerPoint, take the lecturer's explanations and combine them together with your notes. You can also use a different book by a different author to try and compile the notes together. So that way you can explain your stuff even further or get a greater understanding. Because usually using a different textbook by a different author gives you a different perspective of the same information and increases your understanding. An example of a book that I used was this book during my economics. It was so helpful. Basically highlighted to me the importance of using the correct textbook that is suited for you. The textbooks that we were given in class for me personally were not very useful. During first year of A-levels, I was barely scoring B's. I changed to this textbook, started revising using this textbooks, and I was nearly A stars. Also, the other thing I want to say is don't be shy to search into Google words that you don't know. What I do personally is any word that I come across, especially in university that I don't know, I will search it on Google to get the definition and write it in my notes. That way you understand what every single thing means on that page. There is no point having words you don't understand on a page. That is a waste of your time. Stage 2 is compressing the notes. So once you've written your notes out, once you've fully explained everything and you understand everything in the notes, the second stage when you're revising is to try to compress those notes to be concise as you can. Certain things that I've started doing is trying to write in shorthand. So instead of writing with, I would write W dot, without, W slash. Little things like that, as it shortens the text so you can read it over and over again in a shorter period of time instead of wasting loads of time reading the full text. Another important factor is color coding your notes. If you don't know, I'm dyslexic, so color coding my notes actually helps me remember information, helps me organize the ideas and the thoughts in my head. So what I start with are 3 colors. I use black, red, green and blue. So explanations of new words that I don't know, I'll write them in green. Important facts, I'll write them in blue. Keywords, I'll write them in red. And everything else is in black. I also like to use diagrams and boxes to make things stand out, and even draw a couple basic pictures to keep me engaged even when I'm revising, so that everything is not so boring on the page. Final tip is, after you've written your notes and you've written them in shorthand, keep going them over and over again by reading through them. You can try such exercises as reading through your notes, see what you recall. What you don't recall, you can go out and write out and keep doing that, or maybe read your notes while you're sitting on your bed and have the piece of paper you write out on your desk, so you're constantly moving backwards and forwards, and that will keep you engaged. If you have any questions, if you want anything explaining further, please leave comments down below. If you have any topics you want me to cover badly, please leave a comment below. This is all for now. Charles, take care. And also don't forget to subscribe.
Dr. Charles, where you at? Man, I need a doctor.
Where you at right now?
Man, I need a
right
doctor.
now?
Dr. Charles, where you at? Man, I need a doctor. Man, I need a had ambitions, been a doctor, so I got it on the low. Got the prescription on the right, well I go with the stethoscope.